Hi, everyone. Welcome to Let's English Together. We keep things simple, real, and just part of your day. I'm Simon, your English buddy, and joining me today, as always, is the amazing co-host Monis.
Hey, Simon. Hey, everyone. So happy to have you here with us again. Whether you're walking, cooking, or hiding from responsibilities, we're glad you hit play.
Oh, and quick heads up. At the end of this episode, Suzy will walk you through 5 key phrases from our conversation today. We'll explain what they mean, how to use them, and when to drop them into real-life English. It's like a free vocab class, but with better vibes.
If you're someone who's been learning English for a while, but still find yourself translating every sentence in your head before you speak, this episode is for you. Let's be real. You know grammar, you know vocabulary, but the moment someone talks to you in real life, everything disappears. Like this. You're at a coffee shop. You've ordered this drink 100 times in your head, but now the barista is staring at you. There's a line behind you, and all you can say is, one coffee. Yes, that. Or you're on a Zoom call for work or an online class. Your boss or your teacher says, "So, what's your opinion on that?" And even though you have an opinion, your brain suddenly panics. Wait, what's the English word for that again? How do I start this sentence? What if I mess it up?
Yep, I've been there. I remember someone asking me at a party, "So, what do you do?" And instead of answering like a normal person, I panicked and said, "I do something, marketing, I do work." And the truth is, it's not your vocabulary, it's not your grammar. It's just that your brain hasn't fully switched over yet. You've been learning English like a subject, but your brain, it still thinks in your native language and rents English on the weekend. In today's episode, we're going to change that. Not with memorization, not with more rules, but with simple, real-life ways to help you stop building every sentence from scratch. And start thinking in English the way you think about what you'll eat for lunch. Quick, natural. No Google Translate required. Let's get into it.
All right, let's jump straight in with our first technique called Visualize Your Daily Life in English. Let's take a simple moment, like going to a coffee shop. You don't just think about the one sentence you'll say. You imagine the entire interaction. You walk in. The place smells like fresh coffee and pastries. There's a little line, but not too bad. You step up to the counter and say, "Hey, good morning. Can I get a medium cappuccino to go, please? Oh, and could you make it with oat milk?" The barista nods, smiles. "Sure thing. Anything else?" You pause for a second, glance at the muffins. Yeah, that blueberry one looks good. I'll take that too. That's it for now. Thanks." You wait by the side, scrolling through your phone. Someone next to you says something like, "Busy morning, huh?" And you smile, reply, "Yeah, always a little crazy before work." A minute later, they call your name. You grab your drink and say, "Thanks, have a good one." That whole moment, then that's what you're practicing, not just grammar, not just vocabulary, but how English feels when you're living it. And here's the secret. Your brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and real experience. So the more you imagine real situations like this, the more prepared and natural you'll feel when they actually happen.
That's a great tip. Our second technique is something really simple and kind of underrated. It's this. Start small conversations with yourself. Sounds silly. Maybe, but it works. Let's walk through it. Imagine this. You're at home getting ready for your day. You open your closet and think, should I wear the blue shirt or the black one? The black one looks cooler, but I wore it yesterday. That's whatever. Blue it is. Then you head to the kitchen. Okay, 10 minutes. Do I have time for coffee? Instant it is. I really need to buy more milk. You check your phone and sigh. 3 emails already? One from my boss? Great. See? That's a full-on internal monologue. In English, and you didn't even leave your house. You're not rehearsing. You're not performing. You're just talking to yourself. In a language you're learning, that's powerful. Because the more you start using English for your own thoughts, even in the messiest, most everyday moments, the more your brain stops seeing English as the second language and starts seeing it as just your language.
Another powerful tip is practicing quick responses. Our third technique is all about speed. Not speaking fast, not thinking deep, just reacting quickly in English. We call it react fast.
And it's super simple. As you move through your day, notice the things around you and try to respond to them in English within just a few seconds. You're not trying to be clever. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're just letting English be your first reaction. Like this.
Let's say you're walking to work and you see a guy balancing a laptop, a smoothie, and his phone all at once. In that moment, your brain goes, "How is he not dropping anything? I can't even hold my keys without panicking. This guy's living in expert mode." Or you pass by a park and there's a little kid trying to kick a ball that keeps rolling away. And you think, "Oh, he's trying so hard. That was me last week trying to fix my printer. Pure chaos, but full commitment." These are everyday moments. You don't need grammar books for them. But when you react to them in English, even just one sentence at a time, you train your brain to stop waiting. You stop translating. You start flowing. So next time something catches your eye or your mood shifts for even a second, let your reaction come out in English. One sentence, 3 seconds. Done. Do that a few times a day. And watch what happens.
All right, before we jump into our next story, it's time for a quick language check-in.
Yep, Suzy's here.
If you're new here, Suzy is our friendly AI assistant. She's a bit robotic, but she loves teaching English.
And today she's giving us 5 phrases from this episode that you'll hear a lot in real life.
Hello, friend. I am Suzy, your AI English assistant. Let's learn 5 useful phrases from today's episode. I will keep it short and simple. Let's begin. Phrase 1. Freeze up. Meaning, when you feel nervous and suddenly cannot speak or move. Example. You know the words, but when it's your turn to speak, you freeze up. Real life. At a meeting, in a coffee shop, or when your crush says hi. It happens. Don't worry. Just breathe. Phrase 2. Overthink. Meaning, to think too much about something and then feel stuck. Example, I wanted to say something in English, but I overthought everything and stayed quiet. Real life. You worry about grammar. You try to be perfect, but overthinking makes English harder. Try to relax. Phrase 3. Can I get? Meaning, a polite and natural way to ask for something. Example, can I get a coffee to go, please? Real life. Use it at cafes, restaurants, or when you want anything. It's friendlier than I want. Phrase 4. Mess up. Meaning, to make a mistake. And yes, it's okay. Example, it's fine if you mess up. That's how you learn. Real life. Everyone messes up, even native speakers. Laugh, learn, keep going. Phrase 5. Fluency in progress. Meaning, you're still learning. You're not perfect, but you're getting better. Example, am I fluent? Not yet, but I'm fluency in progress. Real life. Say this when you feel shy. It reminds you, you're doing great. That's it. 5 phrases. Easy to learn, easy to use. You are doing better than you think. Now, back to Simon and Monis.
Okay, Suzy, That was adorable.
Also helpful. Can I get is my favorite. I use it like every day.
Simon, before we wrap up, could you share that story about your student? I think her name was Maria. You said it stuck with you.
Oh, yeah, Maria. She was one of those learners who really wanted to improve, but kept getting stuck in her head. Like she'd be in meetings at work, and even when she knew exactly what to say, she'd freeze. She'd try to translate each sentence before speaking, and by the time she figured it out, the moment had already passed. What changed everything for her wasn't a big course or a new textbook. It was doing these little things every day. She started imagining conversations before they happened. She reacted in English to things she saw on the street. She practiced short sentences in her head, just like we talked about today. And slowly, her confidence came back. A few months later, she gave a presentation in English at work, something she'd never dared to do before. And you know what? Her boss was so impressed, like she got offered a lead role on a new project. Not because her grammar was perfect, but because she showed up. That's what this is really about.
Wow. That's such a powerful reminder that real progress doesn't have to be loud or dramatic. It's quiet, it's daily, and it works. All right, Simon, before we finish, I've got a couple of quick questions from our listeners. First one, I've been practicing, but I still find myself translating in my head. Is that normal?
Oh, 100% normal. Seriously, I'm like, you're not broken. You're bilingual. And your brain is just doing what it's always done. Starting in your first language, then converting. But here's the good news. The more you use English, like actually use it in your day, even in small ways, the more your brain starts skipping that translation step. It's like muscle memory.
I love that. You're not broken, you're bilingual. That's a t-shirt. Okay, next question. I'm afraid of making mistakes when I speak. What if people judge me?
Oh, wow. And we all feel that one. But here's the truth. The people who really matter, they're not counting your mistakes. They're impressed that you're even trying. Like, think about it. When someone speaks to you in your native language and they mess up a little, you don't think less of them and you think, whoa, they're learning. So give yourself that same kindness. Speak, mess up, laugh about it. That's not failure, that's fluency in progress.
Oof, I felt that. Honestly, if we waited until we were perfect, none of us would be speaking anything. So go make mistakes. Just make them loud and proud.
All right, that's enough English brain workout for today. Time to rest that beautiful brain of yours.
But before you go, just a quick reminder. You don't have to get it perfect. You just have to keep going.
And honestly, the fact that you showed up today, that already says a lot about you.
So be kind to yourself. Practice when you can. Laugh when it gets messy. And come back next time. We'll be right here.
If you like this episode, feel free to share it with someone who's also figuring it out. Or just hit subscribe so you'll never miss an episode.
Until next time. Stay soft, stay curious, and let's get fluent together.
Take care of you. Go drink water or tea.
And remember, your English doesn't have to be perfect to be powerful. Bye!